All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So the New York Jets just wrapped up their training camp practice, and man, we have a lot of updates here. So Saleh met with the media before practice, and by the way, today's practice was a later one. It kicked off at 12:30, but no, a ton of injury updates, some positive, some negatives. Let's go over them. First things first, Mekhi Becton is going to be the starting right tackle in the final preseason game against the New York Giants. This is big time, right? I personally, given the fact that neither Max Mitchell or Billy Turner has been able to pull away and win the starting job, I think Mekhi should have an opportunity to crack the lineup. We all saw what he did against the Buccaneers, right? In pass pro and run blocking, he was doing his thing, right? To me, he had a great night. I understand that he was going up against backups, but at the end of the day, Becton can't control who he's lining up against, right? So he went out there and, in my opinion, handled business. So for him to get an opportunity to start at right tackle, to kick things off, blocking for Aaron Rodgers against the Giants, I think it's going to be huge, right? This is probably the biggest test that Mekhi Becton has had in the 2 years, right? So it all comes down to this Saturday. Hopefully, things progress well throughout the week. Next up, AVT and Laken Tomlinson will be available for the Giants game. Okay, another big positive here. That whole situation with both players was kind of unfortunate, to say the least, right? I remember seeing the Vera Tucker and Tomlinson injuries just pop up all of a sudden. I'm like, man, what's going on here? Like, this sucks. But again, according to Saleh, good news, they should be back for the game. Next up, Tippmann will miss a little bit of time here, but according to Saleh, he's hopeful that he's available for week 1, and that's kind of the expectation at this point in time. Breese Hall and Dalvin Cook are going to be with the team this week, but won't play against the Giants in the preseason game. To me, that is totally fine. That is the route that I would take. Maybe with Dalvin Cook, it's a little bit different, but of course, it's not like he came in just 100% ready to go. He's still coming back from, an injury that he had last season. So for me, I'm totally fine keeping both guys out. I would rather just play it safe as opposed to being sorry come week 1. Now, Dwayne Brown is currently in Texas. He's getting looked at, and according to Saleh here, he should have an answer either tonight or tomorrow on the status, right? If he's cleared, he should come off the PUP list and start practicing this week, which would be huge, right? Everybody knows Dwayne Brown is kind of the expected left tackle of this football team, no questions asked. So the sooner we get him back, the better. Now, we do have some negative news here. Corey Davis is dealing with a personal matter, so he's still away from the team. He's missed a lot of practices. He was dealing with an illness for a little bit, and I know Rich Cimini kind of reported the other day that Corey Davis could be like a camp cut casualty because he's owed so much money. 10.5 mil is what the Jets would be saving if they parted ways with him. So some people are for it, some people are against it, and I could kind of understand both sides. Personally, I think I would keep Corey Davis at this point in time. Now, if there were, if this was the start of March, before free agency, okay, it's a bit of a different story where the Jets would have, so many different free agents to choose from. Okay, it's a bit understandable, but with the season quickly approaching, I don't know in the short term what this extra $10.5 million would do for the team. I think just keeping Corey Davis around, somebody who, is the second or third option at wide receiver as far as just overall talent level, I think it just makes more sense to keep a guy like that around, at least for the time being, right? Trade deadline, that's a different story. We'll see how the season plays out, but I think getting rid of Corey Davis at this point only hurts the team unless the Jets have their eyes on, a big name player that could be moved in the near future here. But it's like, what player could that potentially be? Right, so that's really the only gray area for me. But moving on, Carl Lawson still not practicing. And this is really unfortunate, right? I'm pretty disappointed, to be honest. When Saleh first kind of broke the news that Carl Lawson was going to be missing time due to back tightness, it sounded like it was going to be like a day or two. We're approaching 2 weeks. I was thinking that Carl Lawson was going to be held out that one day to get ready for the Panthers joint practices. He's still out. And according to Saleh this morning, or this afternoon rather, They want him back 100% before they start throwing him back into practice, which is totally fine. I'm totally with that idea. I do the same thing as a coach. But it's like, man, Carl has missed a lot of time due to the back tightness. So that's something hopefully he could get back on the field. So hopefully Lawson can get back on the field soon and get to 100%. Izzy Abinaconda is going to be missing a few weeks due to the thigh contusion. So there's going to be some more missed time there, and it's unfortunate, right? I felt like at times Izzy has really showed some pop in preseason. But at the end of the day, at least we have some positive takeaways. At least guys are getting back healthy. It sucks with Davis. It sucks with Carl Lawson. But again, we do have some good news on the back end with guys coming back. So some more interesting news that came out was in regards to Jason Peters. He actually said that he was open to joining the New York Jets, and he had an awesome quote where he said, "They give me a call, I'm going to show up and show out. That's what I do. I'm a straight professional when it comes to that, helping the young guys. If they want me to sit, I'll sit." And Peters being 41, shooting to play in his 20th NFL season, a guy that Joe Douglas knows being a part of the Philadelphia Eagles organization, maybe Peters makes sense, maybe not. I've talked to some people, they're for it, some are against it. Both have valid points, both bring valid arguments to the table. So that's just something to monitor moving forward. Maybe the Jets explore it, especially if Dwayne Brown isn't cleared or there's an injury this week or an injury against the Giants. I think the chances of Peters getting brought in definitely shoot up in the event of something like that happening. But as of right now, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Now, in regards to the practice, there wasn't a ton going on. It was a lighter day. It was a padless practice too, and there wasn't really a lot coming out, from the reporters and whatnot. But one positive sign: Breese Hall was out there. He was moving around, and supposedly, according to multiple guys, multiple reporters here, he was looking explosive, and he doesn't really look like he's lost a step or anything like that. Or there's this major road in front of him that he's going to have to, travel down to get healthy, right? It's not going to be this month-long process for him to kind of get back into the swing of things. Again, according to multiple reporters here, in Saleh too, to a certain degree, everything with Breese Hall looks fantastic. And that right now, as Jets fans, is a huge sign. Huge positive sign. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts. And by the way, I actually posted the first episode of the podcast that I'm going to be doing throughout the season, which I'm really pumped about. Going to try to post every Tuesday morning, which is really cool. And it's going to be with Tyson from Let's Talk Jets Radio. So I'll leave that link down below in the description box if you wanted to go check it out. Anyway, thanks so much. And as always, go Jets.